So hey guys, welcome back. It's Tyra the Third, and today we're gonna talk about something I've been meaning to get on here and talk about for a while. Why am I irritated already? I'm irritated already. We ain't even started yet. I'm irritated. Today we're gonna talk about why I'm done with locticians and loc stylists, specifically the ones in Atlanta. I'm done. It's over with. It's a chop. We're finished. That's it. Washing my hands. Done with it. I've had my locks for 4 years and I've been through 6 locticians, all except one based in Atlanta. 6. 4 years of locks, 6 locticians. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but the math is off. The math is off. Now, out of those 6 locticians, only one of them has never pissed me off. Only one has never pissed me off before. Ain't that sad? Ain't that sad? Yeah, so I'm gonna be getting into all of my loc horror stories and also sprinkling in some advice. That's what we're doing. If you want to see more, y'all know the drill. Just keep watching. Looking over here because I have my notes organized, so that's why I keep looking over here. But we're going to talk about loctician A, B, C, and D, and this video is probably going to be a little chaotic. It's going to be all over the place, so just strap in. I told this story already, so I'm just going to tell this briefly for those who didn't see that video. So I found them on Instagram and I really was feeling like their aesthetic and the work looked good. So I booked my appointment to have them start my locks. It was a little like pricey, but whatever, I wanted to start my locks. So, and I remember the shop was about 40 minutes away from me. I leave early. I'm gonna get there on time. I remember I was like 10 minutes away from the shop, but I'm on time. Like, I'm gonna get there on time. Like, the appointment was at 3, they called me at like 2:45. Okay, I answered the phone. Hello? Yeah, we're gonna need to reschedule your appointment. I said, why? They said, well, I mean, it seems like you're running like behind, so we're gonna have to reschedule your appointment. I said, ma'am, my appointment isn't until 3 o'clock. It's like 2:40, 2:45. My appointment hasn't even technically started yet, so why am I getting a call that y'all are wanting to reschedule? I said, ma'am, I'm literally 10 minutes away and I'm not even technically late yet, so I don't really get this. They're like, okay, well, we'll go ahead and take you. You bet your bottom dollar you're gonna go ahead and take me. Why wouldn't you? I'm not late. So that put a bad taste in my mouth from the get-go, because why are y'all calling me 15 minutes before my appointment asking to reschedule? So I walk in and I'm like, Tyra, fix your face, because I already know, like, I'm annoyed, because why would you do that? Maybe I just got off on the wrong foot. Let's still give it a chance. So I go in, I'm walking to the chair, the lady's like, you know, hi. I'm like, hello. Before I sit down, I did a lot of research on how I wanted to start my lock. So I knew exactly what parting system I wanted to use, and I knew exactly, you know, how many locks. I know I want diamond parts and I want less than 100 locks. So before I sit down, I'm like, hey, just so you know, I was hoping to get diamond parting with, you know, at least less than 100 locks. You know, I'm going for like a thicker type of lock. So that's kind of the system that I'd like to start in the most polite way I know how. No attitude or nothing. I'm just saying, hey, this is what I want. She's like, yeah, you can sit down. I was already gonna do it like that. We do it like that anyways. Actually, no, you weren't gonna go ahead and do it like that if that's not what I wanted. Like, basically just brushed off like what I was saying, like, yeah, you can sit down. I was gonna do it like that anyways. No, you weren't. Because if I said I wanted banana shaped locks, you were gonna do that because I'm paying money. The whole vibe while I was there is like, I don't want to do this. I could be doing anything else. She did start my locks exactly how I wanted them to. So the customer service was trash, but I did end up getting what I asked for. But the price was crazy. I remember paying and being like, dang, like this is low. God, dang. The first piece of advice would be spend your money with people who respect you, who maintain a level of professionalism. If people can't even treat you with like common courtesy and have like the decency of like at least being polite, then they don't need to be in your hair. The attitudes was just trash. If your loctician has a bad attitude, get another loctician. Get another loctician, because eventually it's gonna get worse and worse and worse. Okay, so let me tell y'all the second story. Loctician B. Now, Loctician B is a girl I know from school. She started out as more of a kitchen-tician, which are people who do hair out of their homes. So because I knew her and I already had an established rapport with her, I felt like, let me support her, you know, small black business. I feel like I cut her a lot of slack because I knew her, and that was the wrong thing to do. I had multiple poor experiences with her, but because I knew she was just starting out and she was new, I said, all right, whatever. Bad experiences such as she would book me for an appointment, and then like 30 minutes before that appointment text me and be like, could you come in an hour instead? And I'll be like, okay, sure. And then that hour would pass and she would text me again and say, can you come in an hour? I'm sorry. Can you come in? And it would happen. Like, so now you've pushed my appointment back 3 or 4 times in the same day, and you've essentially taken up that sort of thing. Or I remember one time I pulled up to her place on time for my appointment, and she texted me, said she was running late. She ended up being like an hour late. And when she pulled up with her friend, and I kid y'all not, they hopped out the car with chicken. Like, not only are you late and you pulled up with your friend, y'all having a good time, y'all gonna pull up with chicken? Like, literally pulled up with like KFC, like they had just got done eating or something. The products that she was using, she would keep switching products all the time, and like her products always left a horrible residue. They would flake up after 2 or 3 days. She's more of a loc stylist than a loctician. The biggest issue I had with her was lack of knowledge, right? This is my next piece of advice. Know the difference between locticians and loc stylists, because there are people who are on Instagram doing locks and they have no knowledge of how to maintain locks, what it takes to have a healthy set of locks. All they're doing is taking edge control and laying your edges down. They're gonna wash you and they're gonna put some edge control all on your edges, and they're gonna take a picture for their Instagram page and send you on your way. You need a loctician if you care about the health of your hair, which I do. And I had to learn this the hard way. You gotta find people who are knowledgeable, people who can give you advice and information and knowledge on how to maintain a healthy set of locks. Before I started this set of locks, I went to her one time and I wanted her to start my locks. And I remember telling her, once again, because I'm very well researched, I know what I want. I said, I want diamond parts and less than 100 locks. She goes,
oh, well, I don't really count them, and I don't really do like a parting system. I just kind of freestyle them.
Red flag, flag on the play. Flag on the play, time out, we're done. If your loctician doesn't know how to start locks with a specific parting system, or isn't even knowledgeable in what parting systems are, that's a huge red flag, huge. A lot of these girls, they're just trying to make money off of you, honestly. Do your research and find people who know what they're doing and know what they're talking about. So here's the funny thing with Loctician B. I'm gonna make this a long story short because it don't even really matter. While she was doing my hair one time, she asked me, or she was telling me how she was having a hard time finding a videographer to shoot a class that she was trying to have. It was like a lock class where she teaches people how to do locks, right? So she's having a hard time finding a videographer to shoot it. I'm a photographer. I'm a videographer. I edit videos, I shoot. That's what I do for a living. I'm like, send me what you need and I'll see what I can do for you. These are my exact words. Send me what you need and I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can help you out. So I get my hair done, I pay, I leave. A few days later, she texts me and she's like, hey Tyra, this is what I need for the video, blah, 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 blah. I'm looking at the text and basically what she's asking for is, to put it best, ridiculous. It was such an outlandish request. You could tell that she had never done anything like this before, because what they're asking for would easily cost at least $5,000. At least. Any videographer who's been doing this for a while would turn down what she's asking for. Like, her budget was like less than $200 and she said, I'll pay you like $150 and you'll get free access to the classes. Obviously, I'm gonna have free access to the classes if I'm standing there shooting it for 8 hours. So professionally, I responded and I said, hey, I'm not gonna be able to commit to this project. With the amount of footage you're asking for and in the time that you want it, I cannot confidently say I can produce that and get it back to you and put my name on it confidently and put that out, you know. She texts back, she said, I understand. I said, you know, hopefully I can help you out with another project in the future. I'd love to, you know, do some photography work for you, or, you know, we can do some shoot. I'm more than happy to collaborate with you on another project. I just can't commit to this one. She said, absolutely. I can't wait to work with you in the future. Bada boom, bada bing. In the conversation. It ended on a positive note. I go to book her for another appointment. I hit her on Instagram. I sent her an email. I sent her 2 text messages. Ghost. Nothing. I can laugh about it now, but back then I really was so confused, because like, you said we was good. What was the reason? When you have bad experiences with people, don't wait till you have 5 or 6 bad experiences, because I truthfully should have stopped using her after the first or second time. When she pulled up with that chicken and her friend, I should have stopped using her then. So let's move on to Loctician C. Loctician C, probably, they pissed me off the worst. This was the worst of the worst. Like, this is the worst one. I'm getting mad just thinking about it. So I get on Instagram one day and I find another lady who does locks closer to my area. She had good Google reviews. Everything was checking out. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna try again. So I hit her up and I let her know, hey, you know, I want to try you, blah, 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 blah. And she texts back, super nice, super sweet. She's like, I'm booked throughout the year, but what I can do is if somebody cancels, I can reach out to you and let you know, hey, you could come take their spot. I said, perfect. Just, hit me up. This is my number. She wanted pictures of my hair, so I sent her pictures of my hair. Cool. Wrapped up that conversation, and she said she would let me know. So the next day, this is red flag already. The next day, she hits me up and she's like, hey, I have an opening at 3 p.m. Can you make it? I say yes. I immediately jump up, grab my stuff. I'm on the way because I needed my hair done. So I'm zooming there. I arrive on time. On time. That's the key word here. I arrive on time. I find it. I find her suite. I walk in. There's the loctician. There's her assistant. 2 people. There's a girl at the wash station. There's a girl in the assistant's chair. There's a girl in the lady who I spoke to. There's a girl in her chair. And then there's a girl under the dryer. How many people is that? That's like 6 people in this room. 6 people in this room. So I'm looking around like, maybe they celebrated somebody's birthday. Maybe it's a birthday party. Cause ain't no way there's 3 or 4 people in front of me and you just called me and told me to come in here. There's no possible way. There's 4 people in front of me. Why would you tell me to come? I have a hard time hiding how I feel on my face. So I sit down and I'm looking around and I'm blown. Like, I am like, bruh, there's no way, bruh. There's people at the wash station. There's people that just sat in the assistant's chair. There's a girl under the dryer, and the loctician is doing somebody's hair now. It looks like she just started. I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life. So they wash my hair really quickly, and I'm soaking wet, right? There's only one dryer in the room and somebody's under that. So they're like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and sit you under the dryer. So you're gonna wash me and then immediately put me under the dryer. I realize now they put me under the dryer immediately because they knew I was gonna be waiting a while, you know, but they didn't want me to leave. They wanted to make it seem like I was still in the process. So I'm dripping wet. They walk me to a dryer. The dryer is outside of the suite, 6 country miles down the hall. I kid you not. It's a dark hallway, right? Lots of foot traffic because there's other salons in this building, but the dryer is 6 country miles down the hallway in the dark. I walk up to it, there's like spider webs on it, dust. If you smacked it, dust would fly into the air. It hadn't been used since 1962. They put me in this dryer and they leave me for dead. I don't see anyone for 48 hours. I'm under that dryer for at least 3 hours, to be honest. It was like 3 hours. As I'm sitting out there, I'm so hungry. My stomach is like growling so loud. People are walking in and out, lots of foot traffic. Every time they see me, they're like startled, like, oh, I haven't seen someone in that chair in the last 15 years. At one point, I see the lady that's supposed to be doing my hair, right? I see her come out of the suite and leave. Does not make eye contact with me. She leaves. She comes back in maybe like 30-40 minutes later with food, laughing and kikiing, having a good time on the phone. So as she's walking back in, I'm just looking at her. I'm just staring, and I know I look very angry because I was hungry and like beyond annoyed. My phone was about to die. I was in that chair forever, under that dryer forever. She sees my face, so she comes over. She's like, you're still under here? You're still under the dryer? Where else would I be? Loctician C. Where else would I be? You left me for dead. Yes, I'm still under the dryer. She's like, they should have pulled you in there by now. You still haven't been? No, I haven't. I haven't. No one pulled me in here. I'm still exactly where you left me. She's like, okay. We're almost done. I'm gonna come back and get you soon. So she goes back. Maybe like 30-40 minutes later, they finally come back and get me. So I go back into the room and they sit me under the dryer in there, but they don't turn it on because there's no point. I've already been drying for 36 hours. So I'm sitting in the room, they laughing, kikiing, having a good time. There's still 2 people in front of me. Long story short, I didn't leave here until like 8:30. I didn't get home until 9. I got to that salon at 3. For a simple wash and retwist, it took almost 6 hours. You had already told me you were booked up for the year. If you already got 3 or 4 people ahead of me, why would you have another person come in there? That's just being, I feel like you're being greedy. You're being money hungry. Not to mention, she didn't even end up doing my hair. Her assistant ended up doing my hair. When the assistant is doing my hair, I hear her ripping my locks apart. She's the reason why my parting system is the way it is. I went from having diamond parts to octagon parts. She ruined my parting system. It was painful when she was ripping my locks apart. And this was the final straw for me. So I got home and I remember touching my hair, and my hair was so sticky. I don't know if they have like honey in their products. I don't know what product they use, but my hair was so sticky. I honestly should have walked out when they left me for dead under that dryer. I should have walked out. Well, once again, don't give bad people your money. Don't give people who deliver bad service your money, and get up and leave when it's time to get up and leave, okay? You'll know when it's time to get up and leave. You'll know, you'll feel it right in here. Also, don't be afraid to ask people what products they're using. I still to this day have no idea what she used. All I know is my hair was sticky for the next 2 weeks. Sticky. It was like glue. Like it felt like some sort of glue. I have no idea. Maybe it probably was wax. Some sort of wax. And I didn't book your assistant. I booked you. I looked at your work. I looked at what you said you could do for me. And I booked your services. I had no idea she even had an assistant. And I can't stand when they pass you off to their assistant. Like if your assistant is just washing people's hair and cleaning up, you know what I mean? That's one thing. I don't know your assistant from Adam and Eve. Didn't book them. Didn't even know she was alive. Moral of the story is it's hard to find people out here who have good professionalism, good customer service, who are organized, who have good energy, good attitudes, who aren't overcharging. It's hard to find locticians, especially in Atlanta. It's hard to find locticians like that. And so I've just given up. Now I really just do my hair myself. If I don't do it myself, I do utilize this lady in my hometown. You know, I saw a tweet. I'm gonna try to find it, but the tweet basically said that people are starting to go back to the aunties that do hair. I'm probably butchering that, but basically they were like, you know, we're tired of dealing with like the Instagram hairstylists and Instagram beauticians. We're going back to the hometown aunties that do hair, who have been in the business for like 20-30 years. And that's exactly what I'm doing. When I don't do my own hair, I go back to this lady in my hometown. She actually started my first set of locks back in 2013. She was the person to start my first set of locks ever. And every time I've gone to her, it's been consistent, it's been professional. She is knowledgeable. She's been doing hair longer than I've been alive. She doesn't overcharge. She does retwists for like $70 and it comes out crisp. I'm gonna put pictures of her work here of what she's done for me. Every time I go, I'm in and out in 2 hours, and I just love knowing that I'm supporting her business, her small business in my old neighborhood. Like, you know, it's just a feel-good, it's a feel-good thing. But thank you guys for watching. That is my video for today. I've been talking a long time. This video was probably a little all over the place, but if you made it to the end, thanks for watching. If you are not subscribed, make sure you do that. Leave me a comment if you've had any loctician, loc stylist horror stories. Leave them down in the comment section and let me know, because I know I ain't the only one struggling to find decent people. I mean, people are weird. People are gonna peep. People are gonna peep. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.